if you're out here damaging our communities night after night after night in these big, impactful ways, we're coming after you and we'll get you.
The city of Portland stepping up efforts to crack down on graffiti. The goal to restore a sense of pride and safety in neighborhoods that are heavily impacted by repeat vandals.
Elise Haas gives us a look into how, for the very first time, property crimes can now lead to prison time.
Portland's become a graffiti hotspot. And local graffiti writers aren't the only ones making their mark.
It is a tagger tourism.
The shrinking Portland Police Bureau ended its graffiti task force in 2015.
But we get to summer 2021, and there's just a proliferation of graffiti everywhere.
Graffiti. It's a common complaint. I've heard from residents and business owners that they're frustrated with the repeat damage to their properties from graffiti offenders, and they're asking, what are cops doing about it? Well, we're headed to the Central Precinct because I know that there's some officers who focus specifically on this kind of cases, and so we're going out on patrol with one of them today to get a better idea of how their investigative work happens.
All right. That guy on the left.
The officer's shift got off to a fast start.
That's the dude.
Get to him! You're under arrest! Stop!
First thing, we got a phone call that a witness was following a suspected tagger down Hawthorne Street. We chased them for a few blocks, and they gave up over around MLK and Salmon, and we were able to take them into custody.
Aiden Rivero is from Beaverton. The 18-year-old has numerous cans of spray paint, spray nozzles, and markers. We watch as police inventory what they seize from the suspect's backpack.
All right, so officers are going through some evidence right now. They actually ended up catching one of the graffiti suspects this morning after, chasing after them, and the suspect's actually currently in a holding cell as we speak.
From here, we head straight to the scene of the crime. Officer Nathan Kirby-Glatkowski documenting every tag.
They call this a bombing run, where you go out and you just do spam as many tags as you can in a short period of time.
This bombing run spanned more than a dozen blocks along Hawthorne.
This is a good example of the starting point of some of our more intensive investigations.
Next, we head to a notorious graffiti area within the I-84 and I-5 interchange.
So all of this is telling me a story, right? All of this is communication. A tag is communication. It's the tagger saying something to their friends, their peers, or their rivals.
A wall like this often taken over by a crew, a group of graffiti writers that work together.
We'll see a bunch of names right next to it. Loud M, Toofus, Meatloaf, Yuck, Prick, Cheap, Vin, 2023. That's a roll call. That's letting people know that they are all a part of whatever that crew is.
From here, police will study taggers' distinctive styles and build a record of their vandalism. Since most graffiti happens overnight, catching prolific taggers in the act is difficult. Besides, Kirby says a one-time catch is a misdemeanor, merely a slap on the wrist. Instead, officers are now taking an investigative approach, methodically documenting a graffiti writer's repeat tags across the city to bring on felony charges.
We're able to take a case to the DA's office with 20 or 30 or 40 or occasionally 70 tags and say, here, this is what we've got. And our partners at the District Attorney's Office, especially in the SPSU unit, the Strategic Prosecution Services unit, they take those cases and they run with them.
Some people will say, oh, this is a property crime. This isn't a big deal, or it doesn't matter, but it does. And that's because it sort of, like I said, it permeates society.
Deputy District Attorney Keegan Matosic works closely with Portland police on busting prolific graffiti writers.
It shouldn't be tolerated, and that's why we're going forward and making sure that we prosecute these cases.
Recently, he prosecuted the most notorious tagger in town, Jerry Mihangos, known by the tag Kaser.
And so how long did he get sentenced for?
2.5 years, something like that.
2.5 years, that's a big deal.
This is a pretty hefty prison sentence for a property crime. And we want other taggers out there, potential taggers, to know that we take this seriously and that we will prosecute these cases.
Prosecutors are now using a statute to land graffiti offenders with a previous history of property crimes a set prison sentence for any new offenses.
Here's one where it's just like right on the front of a business, on the windows, for no reason, right? And so folks have to clean that up. They have to pay for it. Either they have to do the work themselves, or they have to pay somebody to clean it up, or their insurance premiums go up, but it does have an effect. And we want people to feel like they can contact the police, and we will pursue these crimes because we have every intention of doing that.
Prosecutors and Portland police are driving a new chapter.
We are focusing on the ones that are at the top, the people that have the hundreds of tags up in the city or causing the most damage to our communities.
By taking down the top dogs.
I think that method really shows the gravity of what these graffiti vandals are doing. Many of them are felony cases, and we do a search warrant at your house and we arrest you, then I think that sends a very different message. Most of the people we've done these large-scale investigations on, they get that message, they hear it loud and clear, and they stop. The consequence is just so much more evident.
The trade-off is the enormous amount of investigative work, but the payoff is a prettier Portland.
PBB and the DA's office have up to 100 prolific taggers that they are currently tracking and building cases on. But there's more that the city is doing. In February, City Council passed laws making it easier to compel negligent private property owners to clean graffiti off of their buildings. Even last month, Portland City Council started considering a new ordinance that would make tagging a Class A misdemeanor with a minimum sentence of 1 week in jail and 50 hours of community service cleaning up graffiti. But we will have to see where that stands, because, you know, if there's going to be the political will to get that done before the new city council takes effect. And
local business owners are just thrilled about this. They finally think someone's paying attention to what the problem that we have to put up with, and we put up for years now. Great reporting, Elise. So if I'm driving across the bridge and all of a sudden I notice tagging on a side of a building that I didn't see the other day, what do police really want viewers to do?
I mean, there are ways that you can take a photo of that and then submit it online. And the officers are genuinely using what the community is sending in to build these cases, because these folks are doing the repeat tags over and over again. They have certain styles, like I was saying in the piece. So as long as they can attribute it to a certain person, they can up the ante for their consequences.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Elise.